दोस्तों हमारे चैनल को जरूर सब्सक्राइब करिएगा और बेल आइकन को दबाइए ताकि जब भी हम नए वीडियोस डालें आपको नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाए।
We are continuing with our interview series on CSS, and this is part 2 of the top 50 interview question and answers on CSS. If you have not checked out our previous episodes on CSS tutorial and interview question and answers, I request you to kindly do so. During the course of the tutorial, if you have any doubts, any queries, please drop them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to help you for free. Let's get started. So the first question that is asked in this series is, which property is used to control the position on the background for an image? So if you want to control the background position, we'll use the property background position for controlling the position of the image in the background. The next question is, how do you write a conditional statement in CSS? Can you give me an example? So they want to understand how your understanding of how to write conditional statements. So let's check it out. So to write that condition, if you see, I have written a condition where if IE is equal to 8, then apply this style. So we can write that specific queries and if else condition in order to check if it's a specific browser. In this case, if it is IE 8. And then we will end it up with end if. So to write conditional statement, we will write if IE 8 and then followed by end if. Can you list out the media types in CSS? So there are multiple media types in CSS, some of which are all, screen, print, projection, embossed, TTY and TV. So these are the different media types which are available in CSS that we can use. List all the font attributes in CSS. What are the different types of font attributes? Like what all different things you can do with font? We can use font family, we can use font variant, we can use caption, we can use font style, we have font size and icon. So these are the different attributes related to font we can use in our styling. List out the elements of CSS box model. So what is box model? It's nothing but a rectangular, anything that you do with rectangle boxes. And for that it requires border, margin, padding, and finally content. So using these four properties, we can design the box model in CSS. What is the use of z-index in CSS? So z-index is used to avoid the overlapping of the elements. By default, the value of z-index is 0 and it will take positive and negative values as well. So if you want to position something one over other element, we can use z-index -1. How to lighten the font weight in CSS? So if you want to lighten the font weight, we'll use the property called font-weight attribute. So when you use this font property, it will lighten the font weight. List some of the properties that are added in CSS 3. So some of the new properties that were added in CSS 3 are border images, new web fonts, multi-column layout, box shadows, text shadows, and transform property. So these are some of the new properties that got added in CSS 3. So make sure you know this list very well. This is definitely going to be one of the questions they will ask you in your interview. Can you list down some of the main properties of CSS style sheets? So some of the main properties in CSS style sheets are text, font, border, padding, table, list, background, margin. So these are some of the mainly used, or I would say frequently used properties on CSS style sheets.